joined in the studio once again. I'm very excited by the lovely creative mastermind, Phil Woodford, who
that's some build-up.
Yes.
He is a creative mastermind, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brings
Wow.
the limericks alive.
That's really good, that.
He's happy with that one.
It's very nice to be here. You know,
we're so glad you are, Phil.
Come and see you again.
Yeah, and it's partly because obviously we are super thrilled that we now have a Late Lunch Limerick book Volume 2, which of course you have illustrated brilliantly for us. Did you enjoy doing it again?
Yeah, well, of course, there's been that many lockdowns and things. I've been hiding in my little cubbyhole with scribbling away, you know. So I suppose you could call that a plus, if there is such a thing, couldn't you? But, no, I've enjoyed doing it because I think I said last time that you've got the idea has been fed to you, and you can get all sorts of weird pictures. And some of the rude ones that Howard suggested, of course, I had to put to one side, I'm afraid.
He's very naughty, isn't he,
Oh, he is. He's terrible.
Well, we did manage to get one of them on the front cover.
He's got a very nice Christmas tie on, though, today.
He has. He's feeling very festive.
I thought I'd better dress for the part. I think the thing with limericks, though, as you were saying, and you're right, I do enjoy the cheeky ones. And clearly, you know, it's late lunch, it's a family show, we've got to draw the line somewhere, but something which is a bit suggestive and a bit cheeky, I think, fits in very well with the limerick themes. And we chose, because when we were thinking of the front cover, and I was asking Phil, I said, what do you reckon, Phil? And he said, oh, well, you like the cheeky ones, why don't we have, and as they are our sponsors for the show, the Ramsey Garden Centre, and on the front cover we do actually have, they'll love this, Jodie and James, complete with I was going to say, I don't think I can say arse, so I'll say botty. No, they're botty's bed.
Dressed as pantomime dames.
Pantomime dames, yes.
Yeah. But with their
Another
derrieres
reason
on
for
show.
that was I got hold of some really highly coloured watercolours for that one. I thought I'd try it out on that one.
They're great.
I think it stands out,
It stands out really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a cheeky one. You'll need to read the book to get the limerick to see what was going on and why, indeed, their derrieres are exposed, I'm afraid. But we might read it out to you. Very good. But things like that, I suppose the cheeky ones sort of lend themselves more readily than some of the more obscure ones to a cartoon, I guess.
I believe you. Go on, I believe you.
Do you find, because you do have such a great sense of humour with your cartoons, and so I suppose that a limerick sort of lends itself, doesn't it, to your style?
Yeah. Well, I think you've got to. You know, it's we're in very strange times, aren't we? And you've got to sort of try and do a bit of a lighter side. I mean, the other book, what was the other book?
Isle of Man horse tram cartoons. I absolutely love this. I'm just going to hold it up, see if the camera picks this up, because this is such an excellent book. So this, again, is all Phil Woodford. So Phil's come up with all the cartoons himself, and obviously all of the sort of comedy moments in there. Yeah. I really like this one. So it's all horse tram themed, obviously, and sort of very relevant with the prom works as well. I really like the one in the middle, which depicts a horse tram, the Oakles Ales horse tram, being pulled by the driver with the actual tram horses enjoying the ride. And it says it's their end of season treat. But the way you capture the personalities of these tram horses in cartoon form is just such a joy, Phil. You must really enjoy doing this.
And that, funnily enough, that cartoon, I mean, what I did was I just collected all the horse tram cartoons. And it's a sort of a little history, really, of the promenade as well, isn't it? You know, with the pink concrete and the... And all the other bits and pieces, you know. Say no more about that.
Are you actually a fan of the horse trams themselves?
Oh,
Are you a trammer?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people with this virus and everything, they won't be able to afford to go abroad for holidays. So the old saying from years ago, come abroad to the Isle of Man. And we're going to need all these different things, aren't we? We're going to need the horse trams, the laxy wheel, the castles. And it's all part and parcel of the Isle of Man, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So hopefully, you know, the horse trams will be up and running again for the full length of the promenade. I don't know.
Oh, fingers crossed. It remains to be seen, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
how long's a piece of string, that one?
I know, exactly. And so this book is out now, the Isle of Man horse tram cartoons book, and it's been doing very well, hasn't it?
It has, yes. Yeah, it's been doing better than the Lockdown Laughs one, which I think probably the title put people off because it's not it's not funny, is it? But lockdown, but I tried to sort of include a few light-hearted ones in it.
I really
and,
enjoyed the lockdown.
That
last
hasn't
book.
gone awfully well, apart from in Mexico, where they sold 6 copies, I think.
I do like the fact that it's sold in Mexico. Though.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
terrific,
it's great,
isn't
isn't it? But the
Yeah.
horse tram one, I presume, it's got a really wide appeal, that, hasn't it?
Yeah. I do like this form of publishing because you get a breakdown of how sales are doing, and the only thing is, a lot of people are put off by how they can get hold of a copy. A lot of people don't like to how do I get onto Amazon, that sort of thing. But so what we're thinking of doing is, I've got a Facebook page, Phil Woodford Cartoons. So if anybody wants the book, the horse tram book, if they just sort of message me on that, it'll even be delivered to them by my son,
Oh,
who has now got a high-powered scooter.
What if you
And a
get a
big box on the
Mexico
back.
order? Will he get to Mexico on the scooter?
No, he won't get to Mexico. No, they'll have to get on with it. in
There's another
Mexico,
cartoon
won't
for
they?
you.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Well, you're very prolific at the minute, clearly, Phil, with all of these books you're putting out. And
Yeah.
so we're just delighted that you were able to find the time to do our Limerick book for us as well, which
Yeah.
looks glorious, H, doesn't it?
it's
Yeah,
fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
as you were saying,
yeah.
the colours come up really well, and you were saying
They
you've
do,
got some
don't
new
they?
watercolours,
Yes, they do. Yeah.
but they really stand out. Did you have a favourite of the limericks this year? Because there's always one or two which I really liked. Was there one that stuck out in your mind that you enjoyed illustrating?
I like the BG ones. That was your personal
Yeah.
one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That was quite. I didn't like to think of the BG being scorched up the backside with a blow lamp.
with the
but,
blow-
it's all part and parcel, isn't it?
It is. It's
And
true.
again, the thing about the Limerick book is, as you were saying, much about the horse trams, the fact that that sort of almost depicts the history of the promenade. The
Yeah.
Limerick book is
Yeah.
this year
Yeah.
in cartoon form, really, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It is, yeah, it is a potted, because we run them throughout the year, of course, and then Phil's been illustrating the selection for this year's Volume 2 book of Late Lunch Limericks. So it really does start in January, and then there are things in there that the election is in there. We've got one of the agricultural shows are in there. There's one about Burns Night is in there in January, of course. There's things leading up to Christmas. So it's this
He
year.
even mentions the tapathon.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can we mention the one about Howard with his arm stuck up a drain pipe?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of my
in the
favourites,
pouring
for
rain.
sure.
I'm afraid that is true. Yeah, the morning I went out and my drains, or at least the guttering was blocked on top of my garage, so I whipped out, but I hadn't actually got dressed yet, so I was still just in my
Well, I tell
I
you
bet
what
that
we'll
was
do.
a sight.
It was
sight to behold.
when the wind blew. I think the drivers coming up the Croncavoddy Straight got more than they bargained for.
Well, what we'll do then, H, is we'll just let everyone know that obviously tomorrow we will be at Shoprite and we will be there from 1 p.m. live through till 3 p.m. But we'll have a table with the Limerick books, so you can come and purchase them from us. They're just £5, and with thanks to Selton Manx, every penny is going to the fabulous Live at Home charity. So come and see us tomorrow in Shoprite Douglas, Victoria Road. But I think then it would make sense to read that final limerick all about UH that
Lordy.
Phil likes so
Can we find
much.
it? Yeah,
I've got it.
Yep, it's at the very end there. And
It's the
so
last one, isn't it?
Did you get the drain cleared, by the way?
I did. I mean, it was successful.
Yes.
Whether it
Yeah.
would have helped to have my trousers on, I don't know, but I
It's
did.
that one, isn't it?
That's the one.
it is
Yeah,
exactly. So while he's looking it up there, just to say thanks ever so much again, Phil. It's always a joy to talk to you, and thank you so much for the time and effort that you
It's a
put into
pleasure.
the Limerick
Thank
books.
you for having me.
And so the Facebook is Phil Woodford Cartoons, and that's how they can get hold of you if they want to buy any of these.
Really, a sort of a private message or a message onto the Facebook page, and we'll get however many 100 books you want to, you know.
Fantastic. Well, Graham wants one out in the sticks in Suffolk, so
Oh,
we
there you
might
go.
need to make that happen.
And very finally, just before we go, are you working on any more projects in the pipeline? I mean,
Yes,
before
yeah.
Late Lunch Volume 3, of course.
Yeah.
But
Can I mention there's another version of the Tinwell Balls book coming out?
right, okay.
With Joan Watterson is in charge of that, and that's good fun. But you know, and it's all the little slip-ups and that there's been in Tinwell sort of thing, and I've got to. Well, I've got nearly all the drawings done for that. They're just simple drawings compared with these.
So they're like pencil drawings rather than the full colour.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So, but I mean, that's been very popular. I know June was very pleased about that, and I think a lot of that goes to the Southern Befrienders, I think it is. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean, it's great that you can do this for some of these charities, because otherwise they'd be struggling, I think, wouldn't they?
They would.
So true, Phil. Well, you're a very generous soul to give your time and talent, certainly, to all of these things.
To do it.
Oh, well, shall we then round up with Phil's favourite limerick from the Late Lunch
This
Limerick
is the
book?
one, yes. Buy the book, you'll see the cartoon in glorious Technicolor as well, although I look a bit more handsome in the cartoon than I am in real life. This is how it goes. A chap who went out in the rain to clear fallen leaves from his drain. His T-shirt blew up, then his arm became stuck, and his downpipe was never the same.
What more can you say?